While the coasts crumbled under climate disasters and political chaos, something unexpected happened in America's heartland. Kansas City, once known only for barbecue and jazz, became the Silicon Valley of 2075.
And that come yet. Not through venture capital or university spin-offs, but through something the tech elite never saw coming: affordability.
The Great Migration began in the 2040s. San Francisco became unaffordable and unstable.
New York flooded repeatedly. Austin overheated both literally and economically. Tech workers looked at maps differently.
At first it was a trickle, then a flood. By 2055, 50,000 tech professionals had relocated.
The industrial zone is perfect for the new facility.
And the projections show excellent growth potential right here.
The housing developments make it easy for the team to relocate.
The Quantum Quarter occupies what was once the Crossroads Arts District.
The juxtaposition is deliberate. Kansas City didn't erase its history. It integrated technology into existing structures.
The result is stunning. Century-old architecture containing 21st century innovation.
The agriculture technology revolution happened because Kansas City understood farming. Silicon Valley treated agriculture as
Kansas City treated it as the foundation of civilization to enhance.
See how the AI adjusted the harvest path based on the moisture levels.
It's minimizing waste and maximizing efficiency.
This is exactly what we needed out here.
The result? Agricultural productivity tripled, while water usage dropped by 60%.
Kansas City became ag tech capital because they respected the land and the people who work it.
The cost of living advantage changed everything.
While African male co-engineers for tiny apartments.
Suddenly, tech salaries went farther. Workers could save. They could invest.
The Q3 projections are solid. We hit every milestone.
I knew this risk would pay off. We're fully funded for the next 2 years.
The economic freedom unleashed creativity. Failure became survivable. Risk became acceptable. Kansas City's affordability wasn't a weakness. It became the greatest competitive advantage in attracting talent.
Quality of life matters. People rediscovered that in the heartland.
I have never seen anything quite like this technology.
We think it could really revolutionize the arts district here in Kansas City. I seriously cannot believe this isn't meat. It's incredible.
I know, right? The texture is perfect and the sauce is amazing.
Instead, it became cultural fusion. Midwestern hospitality met California innovation.
The result was uniquely Kansas City, welcoming, practical, and quietly confident.
No one bragged about disrupting anything. They just built things that worked, and worked well.
As you can see on the dashboard, the user engagement metrics tripled after the update.
That's impressive for a pilot program.
We've leveraged the historical significance of this space to launch a platform connecting travelers with local Black-owned.
Imagine the history within these walls.
Truly, it has seen everything. Recessions, technological shifts.
First adapted, it persevered. That became Kansas City's startup philosophy. Build things that last.
Adapt when necessary, never quit. The building isn't just workspace.
The education pipeline solved Silicon Valley's constant talent shortage.
Kansas City partnered with regional universities across Missouri, Curtis, Iowa, and Nebraska.
Students could intern at cutting-edge companies without leaving the Midwest. Graduates could stay home and build careers.
By integrating the new community center here, we project a 20% increase in local engagement.
That sounds wonderful. It's exactly what this town needs.
The pipeline worked both directions, and Kansas City invested in education like never before.
Because they understood, talent isn't imported, it's cultivated. Regional cooperation created continental impact.
The fiber optic infrastructure gave Kansas City an unexpected advantage.
In the 2010s, Google Fiber made Kansas City one of the first gigabit cities. By 2075,
10 terabit connections as standard, quantum encrypted communications, zero latency to anywhere on the continent.
While coastal cities struggled with aging infrastructure and regulatory gridlock, Kansas City quietly built the digital backbone of the future.
Geography became irrelevant when your internet was faster than everyone else's.
I think that's a picture.
The Great Plains always lived with extreme weather. Tornadoes, ice storms, 100-degree summers.
Sub-zero winters. Kansas City engineers developed prediction and protection technologies that the world needed.
This new system operates with minimal energy, unlike anything developed before.
It's scalable too. We're finally addressing these issues head on.
Then sold solutions globally. Adversity became advantage. The harsh climate forged resilience.
Resilience bred innovation. Innovation created wealth. The autonomous transport network revolutionized logistics.
Kansas City sits at the geographic center of the continental United States. Every major highway passes through or near.
In 2075, that made it the natural hub for autonomous freight.
The entire process takes minutes. Kansas City moves more goods than any port in America.
But it's in the middle of a continent. Location still matters, even in a digital world.
Especially in a digital world where physical goods still need delivery.
The BBQ bots became Kansas City's unexpected ambassador technology.
The smoke ring penetration is optimal.
Kansas City perfection, scientifically achieved.
AI systems learned from pitmaster masters, controlling temperature and smoke with precision.
The bots didn't replace pitmasters, they amplified them. One pitmaster could now run 10 smokers perfectly.
Welcome to Kansas City BBQ.
You're optimized for traditional platters, sir.
It looks absolutely perfect, thank you.
Even food became innovation opportunity, especially food.
The aerospace renaissance happened because Kansas City never lost its aviation heritage.
Boeing and Spirit Aerosystems had manufacturing presence for decades.
By 2075, they evolved into electric aircraft and urban air mobility leaders.
The wide open spaces around Kansas City became perfect testing grounds. New aircraft designs launched weekly.
The first commercial flying taxi service in America debuted here, not in LA or New York.
In Kansas City, because they had space, expertise, and regulatory cooperation.
The sky literally opened for business. The Heartland took flight.
The Healthcare Innovation District transformed the medical industry.
The neural pathways here are degrading rapidly.
The AI suggests a targeted regeneration sequence, simulating treatment now.
The precision is incredible.
Kansas City became the destination for experimental therapies and personalized medicine.
Why? Because Midwestern patients trusted Midwestern doctors in ways they didn't trust coastal elite institutions.
Clinical trials filled faster. Cooperation happened easier.
And the cost of running trials was a fraction of coastal prices.
Medical breakthroughs happened in Kansas City, not despite its location, but because of it.
Trust matters in medicine. The political neutrality zone gave Kansas City unique advantage.
It's amazing how clean the new transit system is.
I know. It makes getting to work so much easier.
If we integrate the blue states data here, the projection stabilizes.
Excellent. That gives us the centrism we needed for the rollout.
The city focused on what worked, not what was ideologically pure. Liberal social policies. Kansas City took the best ideas from everywhere and ignored the zealots. In a divided nation, neutrality became power.
Moderation became competitive advantage.
The Fountain Renaissance added beauty to brilliance.
Kansas City already had more fountains than any city except Rome.
But it still flowed with water, still provided the same peaceful sound. Kansas City proved technology doesn't require sterility.
Beauty and innovation coexist. The city that works is also the city that inspires.
The energy independence came from surprising source, geothermal.
Look at the thermal gradient in the Rubidoux Formation.
The permeability readings confirm it. It's perfect.
We can start the extraction modeling immediately.
The city that once relied on coal became an energy exporter. Underground heat became underground wealth.
And Kansas City used that advantage to attract energy-intensive industries like data centers and manufacturing.
Energy independence isn't just environmental, it's economic and strategic.
Kansas City learned that lesson before anyone else.
The sports tech revolution turned Kansas City into esports capital. Strike synchronization at 98% efficiency. Excellent work, athlete. And the AI calls it. Racer 07 takes the checkered flag, confirming the prediction and securing the fantasy win.
But Kansas City kept the tailgating, the community, the passion.
Yes, based on what we discussed, I recommend continuing the current treatment plan. We'll schedule a follow-up in 2 weeks to monitor your progress.
The sports culture that defined Kansas City adapted to remain relevant. Tradition informed by innovation. Not tradition versus innovation. The water management mastery became exportable expertise.
Kansas City sits at the confluence of 2 rivers and managed water resources through a century of challenges.
By 2075, that expertise transformed into technology, water purification systems, flood prevention AI.
The purification rate is holding steady at 99%.
The protocols are exceeding expectations, Sarah.
The rivers that shaped the city's geography became the foundation of a billion-dollar industry.
Natural advantages combined with technical innovation create unstoppable combinations. Kansas City proved that repeatedly.
Fresh mangoes, very sweet. Come and get the best fruit from my boat.
But East Asian male humans still performed. The AI suggested. East Asian male musicians decided.
The technology became a bridge between past and future. Technology didn't kill tradition. It preserved and extended it.
Kansas City showed how innovation honors rather than erases history.
The biotech corridor emerged along the state line, separating Kansas and Missouri.
The regulatory arbitrage, different state rules on different sides of the street, created unique opportunities.
The data confirms the hypothesis. The varied frameworks are providing crucial insights.
Look at the efficiency metrics on the open route, though. Significantly faster.
It became natural experiment in policy effectiveness. What worked on the Kansas side often got adopted in Missouri.
And vice versa. The state line that once divided became an asset. Dual jurisdictions meant dual opportunities.
Competition between states benefited everyone. Federal systems proved their worth.
Diversity of approach beats one size fits all. Kansas City embodied that principle.
The Immigrant Integration Program made Kansas City a destination for global talent.
Welcome aboard. We're so pleased you chose to bring your skills to our city.
Thank you. The streamlined process made everything so easy.
This data stream from the new server is performing exceptionally well.
And if we route the South American user data through this node, we see a 20% increase.
Excellent work, both of you.
Kansas City offered something coastal cities couldn't anymore. Genuine welcome without suspicious scrutiny.
I can't thank you enough.
Anytime. You have a good one.
Diversity became strength, not through quotas, but through genuine inclusion.
The city that said welcome, home to everyone, built a coalition of worldwide talent.
Demographics became destiny. Kansas City chose its destiny.
The startup failure rate was higher in Kansas City than Silicon Valley.
And that was considered a good thing, because failures happened faster and cheaper.
You could fail, learn, and start over without financial devastation.
The low costs meant experimentation was affordable. Kansas City celebrated productive failure.
The culture valued persistence over overnight success. Slow and steady wasn't exciting.
It built lasting companies. Kansas City's unicorns grew over decades, not months, and they stayed local.
Because why leave when everything you need is already here?
The 3D printing manufacturing hub utilized Kansas City's logistics advantage.
When you can receive materials from anywhere in a day and ship finished products anywhere else overnight, location matters.
Advanced manufacturing facilities print custom products on demand. No inventory, no warehouses.
Just designs and raw materials. Order something online, and it's printed in Kansas City and arrives tomorrow.
Mass customization replaced mass production. The factory of the future looks different than the factory of the past.
Smaller, smarter, located where logistics optimize, not where labor is cheapest.
Kansas City understood that geography still matters, just for different reasons.
See how the quantum interface adapts to his movements.
It's incredible, truly seamless integration.
Look at the colors change.
That's right, you solved the puzzle. And the robot is waving hello. But the AI didn't replace African-American human caregivers. It supported them. You're moving through that lesson so fast.
I know, I think I'm ready for the next level.
Look, my robot is working now.
Another update from the daycare. He looks so proud of his painting.
He's definitely our little artist.
The cost was subsidized by employers who understood working parents need support, not judgment.
Kansas City attracted talent by recognizing that humans, such as South Asian professionals with their families, have families.
Revolutionary? Only because everyone else forgot something obvious.
And the little bear said,
I love you too.
If we implement the new strategy, we should see a 20% increase.
Agreed.
Kansas City remembered what others forgot.
The architecture philosophy preserved character while embracing change.
Modern didn't mean glass and steel monotony. Kansas City's aesthetic remained distinct, contemporary buildings that looked like they belonged.
Urban planners enforced contextual design. You could identify Kansas City from its skyline, not because it looked old-fashioned, but because it looked coherent.
Every city has modern buildings. Few have modern buildings that reflect local character.
Kansas City became both cutting edge and unmistakably itself. Identity through architectural continuity.
The mental health technology emerged from Kansas City's practical culture.
Kansas City approached mental health like any engineering problem. Identify need, build solution, implement effectively.
Our AI assistants are always here to help. But I needed to see you. I can't handle this alone.
That's why I'm here. Let's talk about it.
Destigmatization happened through normalization, not through forced campaigns. Mental health became healthcare.
Simple as that. The Midwestern tendency toward understated competence extended to emotional well-being.
Take care of yourself. Get help if you need it. No drama required. Practical compassion at scale.
It's incredible how they integrated the flood barrier with the park.
It really makes Kansas City a model for resilience.
Every building over 20 stories had reinforced tornado shelter floors. Warning systems gave 30-minute alerts.
Attention citizens, a catastrophic weather event is imminent. Proceed immediately to the nearest designated shelter. This is not a drill.
The city that lived with extreme weather became the city that thrived despite it.
Other regions faced climate disasters unprepared. Kansas City prepared for a century. When catastrophe is predictable, adaptation is possible.
Kansas City proved you can build civilization in hostile environments. You just need engineering and will. The venture capital transformation happened when Midwest investors stopped mimicking Silicon Valley.
Our Q4 projections confirm sustainable growth across all sectors.
This is exactly the kind of profitable.
Turns came slower but steadier. Latin American female founders kept control longer. Companies stayed independent.
The Midwestern investment philosophy, patient capital for lasting businesses, became competitive advantage.
Kansas City capital built companies that survived economic downturns. Boring became valuable. Steady became premium.
In a world of volatility, predictable returns from solid businesses attracted capital globally.
Midwest values became investment thesis.
The regional pride renaissance happened quietly. For decades, Midwesterners apologized for not being from the coasts.
By 2075, they stopped apologizing. Kansas City proved the Heartland could compete.
Cultural confidence transformed the region. Chicago, Minneapolis, Nashville, and Austin formed Midwest Tech Alliance.
Push it slightly to the left there. That is good. Thank you, grandfather. It is secure now.
You can't build the future if you're ashamed of where you're from. Kansas City wasn't ashamed anymore. They were proud. And that pride became tangible results.
The food technology extended beyond BBQ bots. Kansas City became the center of cellular agriculture.
But they did it with respect for ranching heritage. Working with farmers to ensure transition benefited everyone.
Disruption without destruction. Innovation with inclusion. Kansas City never forgot. Technology serves people.
Even revolutionary change requires human consideration.
The public transportation revolution came late, but came right.
By 2075, the system was fastest and most efficient in North America. Learning from other cities' mistakes proved valuable.
Being late meant being smart. The network connected every major district, ran 24/7.
Kansas City skipped multiple technological generations and implemented the final solution. Sometimes the second mouse gets the cheese.
Kansas City became the second mouse that inherited the kingdom.
The cybersecurity capital emerged from Kansas City's banking heritage.
Federal Reserve Bank presence since 1914 created security culture. By 2075, that evolved into quantum encrypted financial security leadership. Every major bank used Kansas City protocols. Cybersecurity firms clustered around the Federal Reserve District. The reputation was earned. Kansas City defended digital wealth as carefully as they once guarded physical gold.
The housing abundance kept Kansas City affordable, even as tech wealth flooded in.
The city had learned from coastal mistakes. They built, constantly. Zoning reform allowed density near transit.
Suburban expansion continued where people wanted it. Supply met demand. Prices rose but remained reasonable.
A South Asian female software engineer could still buy a house. That single fact, housing abundance, kept Kansas City competitive.
When your middle-aged Black workers can afford to live near their jobs, your economy thrives.
Kansas City chose life through abundant building, through treating housing as necessity, not speculation.
The sustainability without smugness approach made environmentalism practical.
Kansas City didn't lecture about climate change. They installed solar panels because they were cheaper.
The audio features a conversation among several people, characterized by frequent laughter, breathing.
Environmental benefits happened as side effects of practical decisions. No one needed to feel guilty or virtuous.
You didn't save the planet, you saved money and lived better. That pragmatic environmentalism convinced people who would have resisted ideological environmentalism.
Results matter more than rhetoric. Kansas City got results.
The data stream is clear now. The target pathway is highlighted in cyan.
Yes, the stability index confirms it. We have a viable compound.
Kansas City attracted drug companies tired of coastal costs and regulation. Clinical trials ran faster.
Manufacturing costs dropped, and proximity to agriculture created opportunities in botanicals and biologics.
The FDA opened a regional office to handle the volume. Kansas City became an alternative to traditional pharma hubs.
Not better necessarily, just different. And different meant competition. Competition meant innovation.
Heartland proved you don't need to be on either coast to advance medicine.
You just need African-American male scientists, female patients willing to participate in trials, and reasonable costs. Kansas City had all three.
It's been an incredible turnout. I'm just so grateful for the support.
Yes, the response has been overwhelming. This new space allows for so much more creativity.
If you mix the cobalt with the crimson here, it really pops. Wow, that really changes the whole texture. I love it.
Kansas City's art scene rivaled anywhere by 2075. Not because of grants or...
This piece here took about 3 months on the loom. The dyes are all natural, sourced right here.
It's absolutely stunning work.
Kansas City understood what cultural capitals forgot. Creativity requires economic security.
The robotics manufacturing emerged from Kansas City's machinery heritage.
The city had built farm equipment for generations. By 2075, they built robots, industrial automation.
Skills transferred. Precision manufacturing is precision manufacturing.
And they built robots that worked in real conditions, not just laboratory prototypes, practical robotics for actual use.
No one in Kansas City cared if a robot was elegant. They cared if it worked.
That focus on functionality made Kansas City robots the most reliable available. Form follows function. Function creates value.
And if you tap right here, the camera activates.
Oh, this is absolutely incredible. I feel like I'm really flying.
Why? Because Kansas City tech companies designed for everyone, not just the young. Large buttons.
Clear interfaces.
Actual customer service.
Look at this map of the old neighborhood. It zooms right in.
It's so much easier than the one my grandson has. It just works.
Products designed for the elderly worked better for everyone. Universal design principles proved commercial viability.
Kansas City companies made billions serving market that Silicon Valley ignored. Never underestimate purchasing power of people coastal elites dismiss.
Run Dragonfly left on the optimized vector. Blue 42, set. Hike.
According to the analytics, their midfield collapses by the 60th minute. We exploit that window using the left flank.
The city that loved sports became the city that optimized sports. Game theory. Probability analysis.
Tech is perfect. Now, trust your training. Drive through the finish.
Analytics informed decisions but didn't make them. The balance between data and intuition became Kansas City's sports philosophy, and it won championships.
Repeatedly. Math and instinct aren't enemies. They're partners.
The underground data centers utilized abandoned limestone mines beneath the city. Perfect temperature control.
Security. Massive space. The mines that once provided building material now provided data storage.
The largest server farms in North America sat hundreds of feet underground. Cool and protected.
The geology that made Kansas City possible in 1800s made it indispensable in 2000s.
Natural advantages persist across technological eras. You just need vision to recognize how yesterday's resources become tomorrow's assets.
Kansas City kept finding new uses for old advantages. That adaptability defined success.
The Legal Technology Hub grew from Kansas City's practical legal culture.
Midwestern lawyers weren't trying to be clever. They were trying to be clear.
That mentality translated perfectly to contract automation and AI legal systems. They democratized law by making it affordable and understandable. And they did it without replacing lawyers.
They amplified them. One African-American male attorney could now serve 10 times more clients. Technology made justice accessible.
Your Honor, the forensic data integration clearly establishes the timeline. This technology allows us to finalize the case efficiently and justly.
The festival culture celebrated both innovation and tradition. The American Royal remained New World's largest live.
Kansas City didn't choose between past and future. They chose both. Every festival blended tradition with innovation.
We honor where we came from, while building where we're going.
That cultural confidence, being rooted but not stuck, defined Kansas City's identity.
Look at the Q3 projections since we implemented the platform.
Incredible. This is exactly what we needed.
Kansas City developed tools specifically for small businesses. Simple, affordable, powerful. Inventory management.
Customer relationship systems. Financial planning. All integrated and accessible.
The platform was open source and locally maintained. Big tech companies offered complex, expensive solutions.
Kansas City offered simple, free ones. Small businesses thrived because technology was democratized.
Main Street fought back and won. Not through nostalgia, through technology deployed for local benefit.
The traffic solution came through coordination, not complexity.
Kansas City's grid layout, already efficient, became perfectly optimized through AI traffic management.
Lights synchronized, routes optimized, congestion eliminated, but they did it without requiring special vehicles or infrastructure.
Existing roads, existing cars, just smarter management. The system worked with what existed rather than requiring wholesale replacement.
Pragmatic innovation. Evolutionary, not revolutionary. Kansas City improved incrementally while other cities waited for perfect solutions.
Good enough today beats perfect tomorrow, especially when today's good enough keeps improving. Progress through iteration.
The brewery technology revolution happened because Kansas City loved beer and technology.
Craft breweries adopted AI-optimized fermentation. Flavor profiles could be precisely replicated or intentionally varied.
Distribution logistics utilized autonomous vehicles. The result, Kansas City craft beer was consistent, innovative, and everywhere.
But technology didn't homogenize flavor. It enabled experimentation.
This is the wild idea, but we've got the guardrails in place.
The process is stable. Go ahead.
Innovation with consistency. And the beer was excellent. Technology served taste, never the reverse.
Kansas City kept priorities straight, even when priorities involved brewing the perfect IPA.
Ready for today's cognitive workout, Daniel?
I finished it again. These really keep me sharp.
Are you feeling well rest this morning?
Yes, very much so.
Fall detected. Assistance confirmed.
Seniors controlled their own systems. Privacy was default. Assistance was available, not mandatory.
The technology extended independence rather than replacing it. Kansas City understood, dignity matters more than efficiency.
Older people weren't problems to solve, they were people to support. That philosophical difference made Kansas City's elder tech actually work.
This represents the complete archive of Kansas City jazz. The analysis shows unique rhythmic structures we hadn't seen before.
Observe the legend's footwork. Now integrate the step back. Yes, perfect execution. Data confirms optimal trajectory.
Kansas City's musical heritage wasn't locked in museums. It lived through technology-enabled transmission to new generations.
Kansas City used it very wisely.
The property tax innovation funded everything through land value capture.
Kansas City implemented Henry George's idea, tax and land value, not buildings. The result, building was encouraged.
Speculation was discouraged. Development exploded because improving your property didn't increase taxes.
Only holding land idle cost money. The tax reform created building boom funding infrastructure without income or sales taxes.
Economic theory became economic practice, and it worked brilliantly. Kansas City proved old ideas could solve new problems.
Sometimes the best innovations are rediscoveries. Sometimes the future requires remembering forgotten wisdom. The climate victory came through adaptation and mitigation. Kansas City couldn't control global warming, but they could control local response. Heat pumps in every building, massive tree planting, green roofs, drought-resistant landscaping, carbon capture from geothermal operations. The city became carbon negative by 2072.
Not through sacrifice or austerity, through engineering and economics.
The climate solution aligned with cost savings and quality of life improvements.
When environmentalism makes economic sense, environmentalism happens.
Kansas City proved that markets work for environment when incentives align. An intelligent policy aligns incentives.
The Failure Museum opened in 2068 to document tech failures, crashed companies, failed products, bad decisions.
The institutional memory of these mistakes is crucial.
And the underlying cause was a failure to adapt, correct?
Precisely. Understanding the why prevents future missteps.
Look at this downturn here. The warning signs were clearly visible in the Q2 reports.
Yes, the analysis shows they ignored the market shift entirely. This confirms our hypothesis.
Every exhibit explained what went wrong and why. The museum became Kansas City's secret weapon, systematic learning from failure. Other cities hid mistakes. Kansas City studied them. The willingness to acknowledge and learn from failure created culture.
The pet technology industry, with its innovative gadgets and services for domesticated animals like Siamese cats, emerged from Kansas City's love of animals.
Americans spent billions on pets. Kansas City developed smart collars, AI health monitors, automated care systems.
The technology enhanced human-animal bonds rather than replacing them. Pet tech that respected pets. Revolutionary concept.
Kansas City companies dominated market because their products worked and didn't feel dystopian.
When you design from love, not just profit, authenticity shows. Customers recognize it and reward it.
The neighborhood councils gave local control over local issues. Each district governed itself through blockchain voting.
Street repairs, park maintenance, local zoning.
The decisions that affect daily life were made by Caucasian people living there. Citywide issues went to citywide votes, but neighborhood issues stayed neighborhood.
This prevented both tyranny of majority and paralysis by gridlock. Subsidiarity through technology.
This strategy optimizes our timeline by empowering the local teams. It proves that decisions should indeed be made at the lowest competent level. Kansas City implemented that principle through code. Democracy scaled properly.
Local control through local participation. Technology enabled what philosophy required.
Valles.
That's the correct setting for the servo. Excellent work. The precision here is critical for the automated sequence.
And they paid well because skilled hands remain scarce and valuable. Kansas City rejected the false dichotomy, knowledge, work, or poverty.
Confidence Stadler.
We must establish skilled technical trades
As an essential third option for our technological society.
But everyone can contribute. Kansas City created pathways for everyone, inclusion through diverse opportunities.
This clause is simply unworkable for my team.
Wait, the projection data does offer a middle ground here. I think we have a resolution.
If we apply the data from similar cases, the algorithm should recognize the mitigating circumstances we presented.
Fustary. The system was voluntary. You could always demand an elderly South Asian male human judge. But AI mediation was...
And satisfaction rates were higher than traditional courts because the AI had no ego, no biases, no bad days. Just consistent application of principles. Justice improved not by replacing judges, but by giving alternatives for routine disputes. Your Honor, the precedent set in the cybernetics case clearly applies here. The data logs confirm malicious intent.
Kansas City's public library became the most visited building in the city. Not for physical books alone, but for spaces. Meeting rooms, maker spaces, digital archives, community gathering.
The library evolved from book repository to community hub. Knowledge access in all forms.
This interactive table is incredible for mapping out the data.
Yeah, and having the reference books right here makes cross-referencing so much faster.
Because humans from different ethnic backgrounds need gathering places, need quiet spaces, need institutions that aren't commercial.
Kansas City understood not everything should be monetized. Some things should just serve. Libraries served and thrived.
The hybrid model really allows us to include members who moved away.
Yes, it's great for our community outreach.
We are thrilled to connect with our homebound members online and ensure total transparency. Please use the QR.
But sacred spaces remained tech-free zones. Worship wasn't optimized or automated. The integration respected that some things shouldn't be efficient, should be contemplative, slow, human.
We are called to use every tool at our disposal to spread His word. Don't be afraid of the future.
Discernment mattered, not blanket acceptance or rejection. Thoughtful integration of new tools with ancient wisdom.
While shipping made land logistics as efficient as sea routes.
Trade with Asia through West Coast, Europe through East, Mexico through South. Kansas City sat in the middle of all routes.
The logistics hub became economic powerhouse. Geography isn't destiny, but geography is opportunity.
Kansas City maximized its geographic opportunity through technological logistics. Ancient advantage meets modern efficiency.
The question everyone asked, how did Kansas City do it? How did flyover country become the future? The answer was simple, but not easy.
They focused on fundamentals: affordable living, quality infrastructure, good education, welcoming culture.
The key was avoiding the hype cycle, not chasing every trend out of Silicon Valley.
Exactly. We focused on our inherent strengths.
And phased the changes gradually.
So this is where we visualize the market trends in real time.
And the predictive modeling updates automatically.
That will significantly streamline our workflow.
Kansas City succeeded through boring virtues executed consistently. No dramatic revolution.
Just steady, competent, pragmatic progress. Compound interest applied to civic development.
The most powerful force in the universe. Consistency over time.
Kansas City in 2075 isn't perfect. Inequality persists, challenges remain. Inclusively, the Heartland proved it could compete with coasts and win. Not by becoming coastal.
By remaining proudly Midwestern, welcoming, practical, unpretentious. Technology solved problems here instead of creating them.
Because Kansas City never forgot. Technology serves people, not the other way around.
The hidden tech boom wasn't hidden because it was secret. It was hidden because the coasts weren't looking.
This design is the pinnacle of innovation on the coast.
It's derivative. We need something truly disruptive.
Kansas City didn't claim to be the future. They just built it. And that made all the difference.